Imagine walking down a Wild West street. No people, no horses, no gunfights, just empty buildings standing against the California desert. But this wasn't always a ghost town. At its peak, nearly 10,000 people called Bodie home. Bodie began as a small mining settlement after gold was discovered here in 1859. Then, in the 1870s, rich discoveries changed everything. Thousands of people rushed into the mountains, hoping to become rich. By 1879, Bodie had exploded into a booming town with hundreds of buildings, businesses, hotels, saloons and mines. And where there was gold, there was gambling, there were saloons, there were fights, and there was violence. Bodie developed such a rough reputation that people began using the expression, "A bad man from Bodie." That's where the legend of the Wild West comes alive. And few actors ever captured that world like Clint Eastwood. In High Plains Drifter, Eastwood plays a mysterious gunslinger who rides into the lawless town of Largo. But remember, Largo isn't Bodie, it's fiction. We're using Eastwood's Western world to show the kind of dangerous atmosphere that made towns like Bodie legendary. Historical records describe Bodie as a place of shootings, robberies, street fights, and gambling. The famous Bad Man of Bodie wasn't necessarily one single outlaw. The legend was built from several notorious men, including figures such as Tom Adams and Washoe Pete. But Bodie's golden age didn't last. By the early 1880s, the boom was already fading. Mines became less profitable, businesses closed, and people began leaving town. Then came devastating fires. A major fire destroyed part of Bodie in 1892. Another fire struck in 1932. And by 1942, mining operations had officially ended. Today, more than 100% historic buildings still stand. Inside them, furniture, merchandise, and everyday objects remain almost exactly where they were left. California State Parks preserves Bodie in a condition known as arrested decay. And that's what makes Bodie so haunting. It isn't just an abandoned town. It's a time capsule of the American West, where the stories of miners, gamblers, immigrants, and outlaws still seem to linger. So tell me, would you walk through Bodie after dark?